Well, hello there. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Four Bros Radio Show. J-Mac here with you. I'm along with everybody's favorite savory treat in America. That's right, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris.
Hey, glad to be back on, and it's gonna be a great show today.
And of course, I'm joined by one, the only. He's one man, but call him Big.
What's up, guys? Always enjoy just getting off of work and enjoy to step in and talk with my bros.
All right. And of course, we have the one we call time, and that is Messing Around Dave.
What's going on? It's a great night to do a Four Bros show. Can't wait to kick this shit off.
All right. And you're joining us tonight. Hopefully we're not having any problems here.
I just passed a big problem. Somebody just got pulled over by 3 cops. All right.
You know, the street, like the road that I come home on every day, I'll tell you, there usually isn't any cops out there. But the last 3 days in a row, I've seen someone pulled over on that street. So they're out there and they're hustling it now.
And it's not even the end of the month. They're not trying to make their quotas yet. Fuck.
No, they're just trying to slow people down.
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, I got pulled over the other day.
You know, I don't believe in that quota BS at the end of the month. I have a few that's a cop, and I know quite a few cops, and they shrug at that every time. I bring it up, oh, it's end of the month, you guys must be busy, and they laugh it off. But there is people that do believe that if they get pulled over at the end of the month, it's because they're trying to write a certain amount of tickets. So,
right, you got to make that quota.
Now, here's what I'll tell you. I've heard this firsthand from a police officer, who's a state cop, by the way. And the state cops, they say, are usually the worst. So. Yep. He's flat out told me it's all in the way you act when he comes to the window.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
So if he walks up there and you're like, here's my license, registration, insurance, how's your day going? You're just up front and like, yep, I was going too fast. I wasn't paying attention.
Yep.
Like, honestly, 7 times out of 10, I'm not writing you a ticket if you're not an asshole.
Yep.
Well, it's like that last time I got pulled over last year on my birthday. I pulled out in front of a cop, and I knew he was going to turn around and get me, and he did. And he's like, you know why I pulled you over?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because I pulled out in front of you. And he's like, what do you think? He's got brakes. He'll stop. And I said, I made it, didn't I?
Oh.
And he goes, don't get smart with me. I was like, well, you're smart with me first, so, whatever. And he's like, well, I'm not going to write you a ticket because it's your birthday. I'm going to let you go.
Yeah.
The last time I got pulled over, I was speeding, and I passed a cop, saw him turn around, and before he even had the lights on, I was already pulled over on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what you did? I was like, yes, I did. I was like, just got the brand new car, they're talking something sports related, got into it, didn't realize the speed. So yeah, I got let off. So
been there.
Yep.
Well, like I said, this guy. So I got pulled over, and I'll admit I was going like 73 and a 55. So he had every
Nope.
dead to rights. He had the right to write me a ticket for more than 15 over.
God, I'm glad I'm not your insurance agent.
I know. Yeah. But long story short, anyway, he comes to the window basically, and he's like, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I'm like, "Of course I do. I wasn't paying attention. I did." And then I heard this a long time ago that if you can make a cop laugh, most of the time they're not writing you a ticket, right?
Yep. Or give him a donut.
He's like, "Is there any reason for the speed tonight?" And I'm like, "To be honest, sir, I didn't see your car in time on the side of the road, so I didn't have time to hit my brakes." And that was the reaction I got from him. He kind of chuckled, and then I gave him my stuff. He ran my stuff. He comes back, and he's like, "So, I see you're an insurance agent because that came through on the computer. And I'll tell you what, just slow down and have a good night." I'm like, "All right, sir." And then it was, I was like, this is just cordial. Like I told him, it's like I tell people all the time when they tell me I got a ticket and the cop was stupid. That might be true, but the side of the road is not the place to fight a ticket because if they've given you one, they're not going to change their mind.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So the place to fight that is in court. That's
Yep.
why they give you a court
Nope.
date to show up in front of the judge.
Yeah,
And
that
I
Nope.
told
kind
him
of
that.
happened
I'm
to
like,
me.
I give people that advice all the time, when they talk about getting tickets and stuff. And he's like, we need more people like you because that's exactly what we try to tell people.
Yep.
And
Nine times out of 10, the cop's not going to show up at court, so you're more likely going to win the thing
Right.
anyway
do you know why that is?
Mhm.
because they have better
Because they
things
know
to do.
you were,
They have better
they were
things
in
to
the
do.
wrong.
No, I've been told this. I don't know if you know him, mess around, but Ben Looney, who's a state cop from Coos Bay. Anyway, I've talked to him before, and he told me, if I just write you a speeding ticket, right, and it's a basic everyday speeding ticket, and you show up on your court date, I'm not going to be there because
Right.
it's not worth my time to show up for a speeding ticket. Now,
Oh.
if I pull you over for a DUI, you're resisting arrest, you're reckless driving, you're doing all this stuff, I'm going to show up because that's worth my time to show up for. But if it's a speeding ticket, I'm not going to be there. You're not going to have to pay the ticket. Just show up to court and it'll be dealt with.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about that.
Let's get to what we were talking about before we started.
We were talking about movies and
Yes.
remakes of
Remakes.
movies. And we've seen some good ones and some bad ones. You guys were
Well, even
saying,
TV shows.
and TV shows.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched this one yet. The last remake I watched that I wasn't impressed with was man, I can't think of the name of it, but it had Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze in the original Point Break.
Point Blank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Break. Yeah. I
They
watched
made
the
a remake of that?
Yeah.
and it was not good.
Oh.
I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
So that kind of put me off. It kind of put me off of watching remakes, and I haven't watched a remake since then. But you guys were talking about the remake of White Men Can't Jump, and what was your reaction to that movie?
I liked it. I thought it was good. It obviously didn't live up to the original, but you know what remake really does. For what it was good. They kind of, like Brandon was saying, the roles kind of reversed. The Woody character wasn't really the hustler. The other Sydney character was. I don't even think they had the same names or different names.
Yeah, I don't think they had the same names either. But yeah, it was decent. I mean, it's worth watching. I wouldn't say I'd watch it repeatedly over and over again like I would the original White Man Can't Jump, but there wasn't any really good lines that stuck out to me, like the original, but like J-Max said, there's not really many original or remakes that are good as the original. So
Well, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of remakes, but I know sometimes they can help maybe the new generation maybe get into it, and then you can always go back and watch the original. but
Yeah.
the newer ones aren't really the same. They may take some of the old stuff and put it in the new movie, but for the most part, it's changed.
Yeah,
The original was made in what 1992 or something like that.
I think it's 94.
Was it
Um,
94?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
and the first movie doesn't work without Rosie Perez, by the way, because
No, it does not.
who doesn't watch that movie for Rosie Perez? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But just so real quick to give you why we started talking about that is I was talking about the fact that I hustled a bunch of people in cornhole on one of my family camping trips, made these kids think that I couldn't play, and then destroyed them after being down by a lot. And Big B had asked if I stood behind him and was like, "Don't worry, I've hustled a hell of a lot of better players than you before."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Great line.
And then you had said that you watched. Who said they watched the new Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
I did.
Big B did.
Yeah.
So what was your thoughts on that one? Give us a rating. Hold on. Give us a rating, 1 to 5 Barney Stinsons. What would you give it?
-5. I mean, to me, they modernized it so much that they made it not even PG. I would say they made it like language-wise, they made it like R. They were dropping the N-word and this and that, and so yeah, they kind of had the same basic lines that the Will Smith character. Came from Philly, because he got in trouble there. They, his aunt and uncle were lawyers, so they kept the main characters the same. It was just that they just modernized it just too much, and I couldn't follow along. And they try to do each episode in order like they did in the Fresh Prince, the original too. So that kind of was just like, yeah, no.
Isn't Will Smith a producer on that movie, on that show too?
I think he was a producer on that,
No.
and or he was a consultant, one of the two. But yeah, they did too much changing for me, and I couldn't deal with it. Just in another movie too, The Karate Kid, when they brought it back with Will Smith's son and Jackie Chan, I actually liked it. I think they should have just named it something different.
Sure, I get that.
That wasn't bad. Have you seen the series Cobra Kai?
Oh, that's a great series.
That is a great series.
I love how they tie in the movies into the series.
Right? Yeah.
And the next one's supposed to blow everybody's mind away too. So I can't wait for the new series.
I haven't had Netflix in a while, so I've missed like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
I think the last season I watched was when Kreese took over the Cobra Kai.
Yep. That was I think season 3, season 4. They brought back.
Not Kreese, but Silver. Silver had Kreese sent to jail.
Yep. That was the end of the. That was the end of the last one. So.
That's the last one I watched. I don't know. If
there's supposed to be one more coming out soon, so hopefully.
Oh, so I'm caught up then. There hasn't been a new season yet.
No, there hasn't. So the Kreese at the end there supposedly dies, but then they can't find the body or something. So it'll be interesting to see how they roll into the next season for that.
I have watched a new show on Hulu called The Bear. It is so good.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's about this guy that takes over his brother's restaurant. His brother passed away due to suicide. He killed himself. And he's trying to revitalize his restaurant. And he's kind of a prick, but he's also nice. He apologizes for everything he says or whatever. But he's going through a lot of demons himself. And it's just it shows like the chaotic stuff that goes on in restaurants and shit. And it's just really good. You should check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
Yep.
There's like 2 seasons on there.
Okay. Let's see. So I will tell you. Did any of you guys watch Breaking Bad?
No.
No. I might have seen an episode or two.
Right.
Same.
Well, then we can't really talk about it because I watched Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Where's it,
one of the guys from Better Call Saul's in The Bear too.
So I'm just saying, I watched Breaking Bad, and Tim Hendricks, since you watched it, I watched Better Call Saul. And you ever watch a show and things are going along fine, and you're like, this is great the way it's gonna end up, and then it ends, and you're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That's how they ended that show.
Oh, I hate
how
when
they
they do shit
ended
like
in
that.
the end.
Yep. Have you guys watched Nashville back in the day, like a few years ago, like before pre-COVID?
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
I watched-
It's a country.
I watched.
So it's a
the
country-
first 2 seasons. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's a country show,
Mhm.
finding singers, and they're going to producer. J-Mac, you talk about leaving a cliffhanger when they killed off. God, I can't think of the tall girl's name now. One of the main characters in the first couple seasons. They didn't like find out who did it or anything. They just like killed her off, and that was the last you heard of it. It was just like, are you serious? You're not going to finish off and like do an investigation on who did it? And
Right.
so,
Well, that
Yeah,
kind
that
of
could've
reminds
been
me.
but
another-
yeah.
That reminds me of that one show
Yeah.
on Netflix with Rooster, and he dies, and they like talk about it for a bit, and then they don't anymore.
Uh-huh.
What show was that? I'm sorry.
The one on Netflix with Rooster, I can't remember the name of it, with Austin Kutcher and
You mean
Sam
the
Elliott.
ranch? Yeah.
Yes, the ranch. Yeah.
Oh,
Where
okay.
Rooster, they kill off Rooster because of his rape allegations or whatever, and they talk about it for a bit, and then they don't. They just let it go after a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
The
kinda
one
interesting,
series I got into, that's really outside of the stuff I watch is on Netflix, and I think it's called 13 Ways or something.
Oh,
It
13
was in the
Ways
high
to Die,
school where the,
or
yeah,
13.
that one.
Yeah, that was a
That
big
was a good
story.
movie.
That was like big
Yeah.
story media.
I watched all the scenes of that. That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I did too. It caught me, and it's just like
My daughter got
I
me
don't
to
watch
watch
that type of series, but yeah, it really got to me. I liked it.
It was more directed at teenagers, but that was a really good series.
And I think what really made it good is after the last episode, they brought the cast in and had them talk about their experience on recording that and how they felt and stuff. I think that's what really sold me on it, at least, was getting their aspects on what it took for them to act out those scenes.
Clay was really good. I love Clay. He was like my favorite character on that series.
Nope.
He was like
Now-
one of the unpopular kids, ended up friends with all the popular kids because of all the shit that went on.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go around real quick. You guys, kind of just off the top of your head, what's one show you watched when you were a kid that you think kids today should watch?
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Scrubs. I just recently restarted watching Scrubs, and it's just like the first time I watched it, every episode's funny, and Dr. Cox makes that show.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I got two. I got two, and one's going to be back early or really early in my life, and that's the Golden Girls. I enjoy watching those now, and I would suggest people looking up the old Friday night TGI Friday episodes of the lineup of Full House, Family Matters, and I think it was Step by Step. Go back and watch those. I loved those shows.
And Sister.
Yep.
Sister was another one. Yep.
Another one when I was a kid, the Wonder Years, my first crush, Winnie.
Winnie
Oh, what?
Cooper.
Yeah. Nope.
Kinda
Winnie
come
Cooper,
together,
yep.
yeah.
Nope.
So for me, if I had to pick a show, it honestly would be not the Wonder Years, but it would be his little brother and Corey Savage, and it would be
Boy Meets
Boy
World.
Meets World. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking
Yeah,
of that,
that's a
did
good
you
one, too.
watch the remake of that?
Girl Meets World. Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Oh, not even Girl. Yeah, Girl Meets World. Yeah, where they took Corey and Topanga and gave them the family and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And Sean was even on there for a few episodes.
Yep, Shaw popped up. They had Mr. Feeney, I think, popped up a couple times.
He popped
Yeah.
up, yep.
And the thing is that show even worked when they went to college. You know, it still was a great show.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so-
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Henderson saying Two Guys, a Girl, at a Pizza Place. I remember that show. That was a great show. That actually Ryan Reynolds was on
Oh,
that
no, I
show.
don't remember that
Nobody
one.
knew who he was.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was another good one.
You know, Saved by the Bell is another good one too that kids should go back and watch. And again, Peacock made a remake of that. Yeah, and Peacock made a remake of that, which wasn't too bad. I mean,
Tiffany Amber
It lasted a
Thiessen.
couple seasons.
yeah.
Laura Vahis. Oh my God.
I know. But do you know, do you remember that is how we got introduced to Carrie Heffernan? Leah Remini.
Yes.
She played Stacy Carosi out at the beach.
Yup.
Oh,
Yup.
Mhm.
And actually, the girl that the Jennifer character in their senior season that showed up on a few or one episode was Slater's girlfriend from overseas. I don't know her name, but she was a nice looking girl.
yeah. Hey, Chris, you haven't chimed in
Yeah.
here. What do you got?
I was
Mighty
trying to
Morphin
think of
Power
some
Rangers.
good-
What Chris used to do is go back and watch the early 1990 Cowboys and see how they win.
yeah. I would have to go Full House. I can't think of any others, but probably
Full House is good,
I know-
though.
Yep,
Yeah,
Full House is
no,
good.
They did a remake of that too.
Yeah,
And actually, Fuller House was probably almost as good as Full House was, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And oh my
And
God,
the way-
Stephanie got so hot.
Yeah. And honestly, the way and I'm going to spoil it, the way they ended that season, the last season with all three of them getting married, I think was icing on the cake. That show should be done now. I don't think they can go off on that anymore.
Well, I don't think they can anyway. I mean, Bob Saget's not around anymore.
Well, yeah, Bob Saget is passed away, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see them doing a reunion show or something, but you know.
Oh God, the one show I wanted to bring back is 2.5 Men.
Oh, man. I love
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
See, I gotta admit, I liked it better with Charlie Sheen as a
That's what I'm saying.
in it.
Yeah.
Who did you
no
bring back
doubt.
with Charlie?
Charlie
Yeah,
Sheen made that show.
He did.
When Ashton, ooh, God, somebody got bad feedback. But when Ashton Kutcher took it over,
It was
that
okay.
show
It wasn't
fell
good.
apart.
It was still watchable, but it wasn't to the level it was when Charlie was there.
Yeah.
No.
True.
Now I heard that they're getting a new one with Charlie back in it, but only if he can stay clean. I don't know if it's true.
Clean. He's got AIDS.
Thing is, they can't do that with Charlie Sheen. I mean, you killed him off. I mean, you can't bring back 2.5 Men and expect him to. Now, the kid in that movie, or the kid in that TV show, really took off after Charlie. Well, he was kind of, as he was growing up, his character really evolved and kind of was a funny one.
One-liners, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen made that show.
What was that?
I
So,
said
2.5
Charlie
Men.
Sheen did make that show.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen did make that show. Yeah, I have like the first 4 seasons on Vudu, and I go back and watch that show just because it's so funny. It's so funny. I still laugh rewatching it.
And like I said, as the kid was growing up, he started becoming very funny too in some of his one-liners.
Yeah. So real quick to end this segment, since we've gone on to it for a half an hour almost, I want everyone to pick the number one rewatchable movie that they could watch over and over and over again and still be entertained.
Oh God.
And I'll start before anyone else picks it. For me, it's any of the Major League movies.
Oh, you an asshole. But which order, though?
No, you know who makes those movies is Bob Uecker. That's
Bob
who makes
Uecker.
those movies.
Actually, Charlie Sheen in the first two is really good, too. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, and it is good in the second one when they're sitting there talking and he's like, call me the Tin Man, but at least I ain't got a cover girl dragging me around by my Johnson.
Yeah. Or in the second one where Bartman hits a big foul ball on him, he's like, "Is that all you got?" And Charlie Sheen's like, "Well, I'll throw you the Terminator if you can hit it. You can rename it." And he just crushes it, and he's running to first base. So I call that the masturbator.
Yeah. I love it when Uecker goes off in the second one where he after Charlie Sheen's been hit off a bunch, the Wild Thing, and he's like, "Well, that was the Terminator, only slower. First, for Wild Thing Vaughn, it could be see you later."
Yeah.
And he'll probably become a spectator.
Yeah. Or when they had in the second one where they had the bench clearing brawl for their own team, and Willie Mays gets a hit on him, and he's like, "That's most hits Willie's had it." Or like, I can't remember the whole saying, but yeah.
Yeah. Fly ball.
Caught. Yeah.
But go ahead, Big B. What would be your pick?
Well, I mean, Major League definitely is, but the Dumb and Dumber ones, but the ones that Jim Carrey's in, the first and the
second one.
He was in the third one.
Yeah, they made 3, I think, but the second one, no, they made 2. Yeah, the second one can go away, but the 2 that Jim Carrey and what's his name are in, classics, especially the first one.
Right? It's so funny.
Even the Ace Venturas with Jim Carrey, all 3 of those were amazing.
Yeah,
you know what movie I watched? You know what other movie was good with him? I rewatched it the other night. Liar, Liar.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah, I watched that one all the. I just rewatched The Mask the other day too. That was a pretty good one.
Mask was good. Yeah.
Smoking. Mess around, you're up.
Yeah, I'm back.
The most rewatchable movie in your opinion?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I was talking to my daughter. She got home from work.
Okay. What's the most rewatchable movie?
The most rewatchable movie. Personally, or just like the.
Yeah,
I would watch over there.
What do you think?
Anything with Adam Sandler. Well, not anything, but me and The Wedding Singer are my 2 favorites. I can watch those over and over.
All right, Chris.
I'll go Dodgeball.
Dodgeball is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when especially at the end where Pirate Pete is normal or whatever, and they bring out the treasure and not Will Ferrell. Who's the guy in that one?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is like, "Oh, I need somebody to share this gold with," and does his pirate little gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they're making a second one.
Oh God, no.
Step Brothers. That's another one.
Step Brothers. Oh,
Those two Step Brothers, those two actors are good in Ricky Bobby, the Talladega Nights. That's a good one.
Oh, that was the
Oh, yeah.
we watched that one.
Jake and Bake.
Bake.
Yeah.
He gets in the car with the tiger. Tries to.
You know, we do that one a lot at work. Someone will be like, "If you're not first, you're last." And I'm like, "Well, if you're not first, you're last." Hell, Bobby, I was probably high when I said that. You can be second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh.
Or when he finds out that the Coke underneath his car is actually just Lucky Charms.
Yeah, right. God, so funny.
I mean, my room would look dumb.
You know. And on speaking of Step Brothers, on Step Brothers,
That's
when
the only thing at night.
he's like, Robert better not get in my face,
Yeah.
because I'll drop that motherfucker.
I was gonna say, why don't you guys just sleep in my room? You would hate that.
Oh no, I like the one where he moves in and he shows them around the house, and then like the next day or whatever, he's gone, and Will Ferrell goes up to his drum set and does his little thing on there, and it was when he came home. That's right. He was upstairs playing on his drum set. You messed with my drum set, did you?
That's what
No.
I said going outside. I wasn't. It just.
Why are you all sweaty? I was watching Cops.
I was watching Cops.
Yeah.
I'm a teammate.
Because I happen to know Cops doesn't come on until 6. Yeah, that's a pretty good movie. Well, guys, baseball started back up today.
Yep.
Did.
What's up?
Baseball started back up today. I know Mess Around doesn't want to talk about it because
I didn't see it. I watched Matt Olson hit a grand slam, and after that, I turned it off.
yeah. So the Chicago White Sox pitcher, and I don't remember who it was, but he lasted 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 1 hit and 4 runs because he walked 4 batters.
Not too bad, I guess. Yeah, after an
No, yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well, I mean, you can look at the Twins game too, and it's like, how did they not beat the A's more than that? I mean, that's Minnesota Twins baseball, though. They'll play down to their competition.
So I just have to say something about Atlanta and how remember when they lost 2 out of 3 to the A's, and Isaiah was acting like the A's won the World Series.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, after that series, losing 2 out of 3 to the A's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since that game, since that series, Atlanta has lost 11 games since then.
Yeah, they're hot right now. Cincy's hot right now.
Yeah. And one of their losses was to Cincinnati. Another one was to the Tampa Bay Rays. So I mean, they've lost to good teams since then.
And honestly, if the Braves keep doing what they've been doing and signing and keeping these players, they might be better than the '90s run there of the
They might
Braves.
be. You're not wrong. I've been a Braves fan my whole life, and I'll tell you that this team might
The pitching staff might not be comparable, but that hitting squad and them young guys, top notch.
By the way, today when Matt Olson hit that grand slam in the first inning, that was the 27th consecutive game that the Braves have hit a home run. 27 in a row.
Yeah, I knew they had some kind of outrageous stat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And by the way,
Yeah.
everyone talks about Freddie Freeman and the Braves shouldn't have got rid of Freddie Freeman and all this shit with
yeah.
Matt Olson.
I remember
So
that,
Matt
yeah.
Olson, I'll admit, I was down on him when he was hitting second in the lineup because his
Yep.
batting average wasn't that good. But since he's moved to the
Yep.
4-hole, to the cleanup spot, I mean, today was his 30th home run of the season. He's already got 30 homers, and He's now driven in 78 runs, 30 homers and 78 runs in the first 90 games of the season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then you got Acuna too. That was the first player to. What was it that he did?
He was
before
the
the
first
All-Star
player
break?
to have 20 homers, 50 RBIs, and 40 stolen bases at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that team's gonna be locked out, and people are upset that the Braves are signing these guys to extension. They're ripping them off of money. The player doesn't have to sign the contract. If they think they're worth more. The Braves are smart, offering these contracts to these players they think are going to be cornerstones for years to come. I don't blame them.
Well, so
go ahead.
let's say Alex Anthopoulos, who's the GM, right?
Mhm.
Genius for the way that he signed all these guys.
Yep.
One guy in particular, when he signed Arcia this offseason after they let Dansby Swanson walk, right?
Yep.
They asked Arcia's agent why he signed in Atlanta, because he could have got more money in the open market somewhere else to be a starter. And his agent was quoted as saying, "Well, we looked at it this way: if he wanted to make money, he would have went to New York. If he wants to win a World Series, he would stay in Atlanta."
Yep. Well, yeah, because the core of that team is signed almost through 2035 or something.
The first one hits free agency is Albies at second, and he's a free agent in 2026. But they still have him for 3 more years. They have that whole core together for at least 3 years.
Yeah, I think the last person that right now comes off the books is like 2035 or something.
2035, yeah, it's crazy.
So how bad was the Braves White Sox game today?
It was 9-0 in the end.
Damn, I'm glad I turned it off after that grand slam.
And I just want to say, everyone that was like, "Why would you let Dansby Swanson walk and sign Orlando Arcia?" If no one else saw it, Orlando Arcia was an all-star this year.
Yeah, but they also were high up on that Grissom Sons boy. So I don't know his first name, but they're high up on him, and it hasn't panned out yet. So it was easy to let him walk away.
For sure.
Well, Swanson only had a decent second half of the year last year. He struggled in the first half last year. And you really don't know what Swanson you're going to get, so why pay all that money for somebody that only had a decent second half?
Yeah, I know there's a certain C2C guy that wanted Swanson traded after the first month of the season last year.
That's what I'm saying.
There is. All right. Let's see. What else can we talk about tonight? What haven't we done in a while? What do we need to bring back?
2 truths and a lie.
Let's do it. 2 truths and a lie.
Oh man, you guys are gonna make me think.
Or my
think
truth. 2 lies and a truth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
By the way, while you guys are thinking of that and we get going on the segment, I just want to give another shout out to the Vic, and we're all still thinking about her.
Yep.
It's a huge loss, coast to coast. We know she's looking down and laughing. And anyway, if you didn't watch the tribute show, you should go watch it. It was on Wednesday night, Sports Minute from Wednesday night, and definitely you'll be missed. You're here with us in spirit. We know that. So,
And shout out to your niece. I think Adam posted for going on TikTok and promoting it.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
good job, Serena.
So, 2 truths and a lie. Chris, you're starting us out.
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend.
Turn off your camera, Chris, so we can't see you smile.
Yeah.
The GOAT of this game.
Okay.
Crispy,
Um,
crispy.
put me on the spot. I don't really. Okay. Let's see. I once bowled a 300. I wouldn't say a tall mountain, but a little mountain. Hiked a little, a small mountain, and got two.
What's that?
I was trying to think. Got two strikes in one game.
I stepped out for a minute. What are your two truths and a lie?
I bowled 2 strikes. Got a 300 in a game, or climbed a mountain.
I'm gonna say your lie is that you did not bowl a 300.
That's true. That is a lie.
That's what I was gonna go with too.
Yeah.
All right, Big B, you're up.
God.
Remember, turn your camera off.
Yep. I don't like doing these on short.
On the spot. Let's go.
I know. I'm trying to think. It's like.
I know.
I got mine. You want me to go while you're thinking of yours?
Yeah. Go ahead there. Mess around.
Okay. All right. I made the paper. I made the section of the newspaper. I was in there. I went to jail for 18 hours. The last one was I won the NFL punt, kick, and pass when I was 12 for my town.
Oh.
I'm gonna go to the third one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh man. Some reason I think you've already mentioned 2 of those before, but I can't think. I'll go with the third one with Chris.
What do you think, J-Mac?
Number 1.
Chris and Brandon, they're right. I did not win the NFL punt, kick, and pass. Dude, I can't kick for shit.
I mean, it's almost not fair. I knew that he had went to jail for 18 hours, so that.
Well, I remember speaking of what the jail one. I kind of remembered talking about. I was just trying to figure out if you talked about the other 2 before.
All
I
right.
did not one.
All right.
2 truths and a lie. Let's see. These have to be good, so I have been an extra in a Hollywood movie. I have driven a Porsche. And the last one for 2 truths and a lie. Is that I have never in my life been detained or arrested?
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Let me see. I'm trying to think.
I'll go. I'll go.
I'll go with the first one.
I'll go second.
So it actually was the first one. You guys got that right. I've never been an extra in a Hollywood movie.
All right, Big B, you're up.
Oh, let me see here. God. All right. I've gotten a hole in one in golf, not just miniature golf. I was given the name DJ Banana by a guy I DJ'd for at a nightclub. Third one for Two Truths and a Lie is I played basketball against the Timberwolves mascot Crunch.
I'm going.
I'm gonna go with the first one. Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna say the third one.
No, that's the first one. I never came close to a hole in one in golf. But yeah, in high school we had Crunch there. Got to play basketball against him. So.
I knew the second one was true because you always talk about your DJ days.
Yep. And Tim would verify that if he's still on.
I just watched your rank of it. Oh my goodness, Tim, you filled it all up.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
All right, Chris, you're up.
I already did mine.
Chris already did his.
Oh, Chris already did his. Never mind.
Yeah, Chris is the first one.
You're right. Chris started. My bad.
Yep.
Chris actually did bullets this time. Usually he gets it.
Let's see. I want everyone to. If someone came, if another guy came to you, and he said, "Guy, I don't know how I feel. I'm kind of depressed." What would your answer be? What would you say to him to motivate him to keep going?
Your response? My response is, hey man, everybody has bad days. Nobody has good days. Even rich people go through bad days. Nobody's perfect. Life comes at you from all directions at once sometimes. You just gotta think of the good times you had. Just think of what you have to live for. And, you have kids, you got stuff going for you. I don't know, something along those lines.
Okay. Big B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all depends on, like, kind of like what Messerell was saying. If he's got kids, I mean, you just point out, think of what would happen if, you do something wrong, you're gonna leave your kids behind. Be strong for them. Get your act together. If it's somebody that's single, don't have kids, and really down on their luck, just do your best and get yourself out of the rut. It might take time, but just keep looking forward. Don't look back.
It's funny you brought this up because my son was talking about this today. He said, Dad, life sucks sometimes. And I told him that exact same thing. I said, even rich people don't have a good. I pointed out Robin Williams, famous comedian. He was going through stuff. He killed himself. So not everybody's life is perfect. Even rich people that have money to get whatever they want go through bad times.
Mm-hmm.
Money might bring you happiness, but it doesn't bring. It's not everything.
No, it's true.
I don't even think money brings happiness. I don't think.
Well, it brings you stability. I'll say that. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about.
I mean,
stability, but
money can bring you stability, but think about it. This is the way I think about money. If money is what makes you happy, money is a number, right? And so
Yeah.
money is a number, and numbers never end. So you'll never have enough money to just make you happy.
Yep. Yep. And what do they say money is? It's the root of all evil. I mean,
Root of all evil. Someone,
Yeah.
I was at an event today, and someone asked me this, and someone, by the way, Joanne, I'm glad you commented because this was going to be my point. And I know that this is advice I've gotten from a few people in my life, and I try to remember this. When you're in a situation, remember, guys, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right?
ain't that a Ralphie May comment on his stand-up?
I mean, it kind of is, but I mean, think about it. Would you?
No.
Do you always have to be right, or do you just want to be happy once in a while?
if it's pertaining to your partner, like because you're never right in that situation, being right's awesome. It does make you happy, but other than that, I'd rather be happy than be right.
Yeah, I'm kind of with that.
So, Chris, you being
Yeah.
a single guy with no family right now,
Right.
what would your advice be? One of your friends says, man, I think I should just I'm just going to end it all. That no one wants me here. The world's better off without me.
Yeah, just kind of look at the positives, see why, who's around you and why they want you here, and just kind of look at the positives.
But there are no
Of
positives,
why-
Chris. There's no positives. I don't have anybody. No one cares if I'm here or not.
Go buy some bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon makes
Uh,
bacon makes it happy. I don't care what anybody says. Bacon is life.
I mean, that isn't bad advice because who's ever been sad eating bacon?
Exactly.
True.
Joanne's got a comment here. I understand where she's going with it can make life easier to navigate. I don't. I mean, it does, but yet
That's what
I don't
was
think
saying,
money
yeah.
makes anything easy. I mean,
I mean, I kind of get what she's saying here. Money.
I do get what she's saying. I mean, definitely more money, more problems. I mean,
Well, you know what they say, money is the root of all evil.
yep.
Yeah.
But I agree with what J-Mac said. You can never have enough.
Just like winning the jackpot, everybody says that it'd be a headache if you won because everybody be asking for this and that and that. Well, you know what?
God.
If I won the jackpot, it'd be something I would try. I want to try. If give me those problems.
You would
I
have
would
people coming out of the woods saying they're related to you. Hey, I'm your long lost cousin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give you some,
Sure, but wouldn't it be an awful nice problem to have?
Yep.
yeah,
I guarantee if I won the jackpot, I'd know who my dad is.
It reminds me of that song. My daddy gave me a name, and then he walked away.
All right.
Uh,
Well, why don't you guys give us final thoughts tonight, and we'll kind of end it there. Chris, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. I think tomorrow's on deck, right?
yeah, we could have on deck
Maybe.
tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.
Why
All
not?
right. And then just stay with Coast to Coast for all of our other great shows.
All right, Big B.
Yeah, tomorrow on deck, we'll recap a little bit of the All-Star game, first half for our teams, and kind of look at what the second half will bring. Also, Morning Tailgate will return we're shooting for the first week in August, right around when preseason starts. Start giving our predictions on the season and how the season's going to look. And Vic, we miss you. And quack quack for you, Vic.
All right. Mess around.
So, since we talked a lot about depression and stuff tonight, if anybody's ever going through things like that, thinking, contemplating suicide and whatnot, reach out to me, reach out to somebody, talk to them. Don't take the easy way out. Yep. Life's hard, but like I said, if you need advice or someone to talk to, reach out and grab one of us. We'll listen. We'll talk to you. We'll talk you down from that ledge.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. Reach out. We'll listen to what you have to say, because I'm here to tell you that you do matter. Your feelings matter. And we all understand. We are all guys. We understand the struggles that you have to go through every day that maybe no one else understands or wants to hear about. We do. We got you. You made it through another day, buddy. You should be proud of yourself. Just keep on keeping on. Life's a garden.
Life's a garden. Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
And the thing is if you don't think anybody's going to listen, then find somebody that will listen. I mean, don't say nothing because you don't think anybody's going to listen. Find somebody.
100%. All right, with that said, we're going to bid you adieu for tonight. We thank you for watching and listening. We could not do this without you. Lifelong dreams being lived in front of your very eyes. We love y'all. We'll see you all on the other side.
Bye, Felicia.